So let me get into the word. So today, my what you call it, my title, but the title of the message is gonna be process before promise in the year of prosperity. I don't process before promise in the year of prosperity. So I entitled my message, process before promise in the year of prosperity, only because that most people, they are so concerned about the promises of the Lord, but they don't want the process. No wonder why you see nowadays the prophetic churches, they've got so many people, they've got numbers, they attract huge numbers. It's because human nature loves the loves the promises more than the process. No wonder why these churches, they'll tell you that you're going to be a billionaire, and people say, I receive. They want to be told that daily, day in, day out, uh, without being told the process. Uh, Even in the Bible, we see when God promised the children of Israelites, he promised them a land of milk and honey, but he did not mention the process part. He just mentioned that you guys, you're going to go out of Egypt. I'm going to take you to a land of uh, milk and honey. But he did not mention the process. He mentioned the process. Most of them, they were not going to come out of the captive. Reason why? Because process is difficult. Process is painful. Process requires endurance. Process requires strength. It requires a lot of things. So for them to get out of the land of captivity, uh, God never revealed his secrets. He never revealed the process. So in this world that we live in, there are systems that if you follow those systems, you will prosper. In terms of financially, in terms of everything, you will prosper. So these systems are hidden in the process. Are you following me? No wonder why you see some of the people that don't even go to church or that don't even pray, but maybe they don't even use muti, but yet they still prosper in terms of financially. It's because they follow the systems, or they've mastered the systems of this world. So you might be in the church, worshiping God, praying so hard, but if you don't master these systems, you might not make it. The man of God declared that it's a year of prosperity, but I felt in my heart that if I don't mention these things, will pass again, and another year will pass again, while we are just saying, yes, we receive, but without knowing the keys to prosper. So, what is process? Process is a series of action. That is the series of actions taken in order to achieve something. So when I say a series, I mean that it's a daily thing that you do daily. It's a series of actions that you do daily to achieve something. And then promise the declaration that one will do something. So Lord has promised us so many things that we were going to prosper. So I'll open, let's turn up our Bibles to the book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 18. This is God now promising us. And who deserves the promise? It's us. But in that scripture, you see something. Deuteronomy 28, verse 18. And also, I'll have another follow-up scripture, Proverbs 11, verse 25, and Jeremiah 29, verse 11. So, is the monitor working? And the Lord, Deuteronomy 20, verse 18, and the Lord shall make thee the head, not the tail. Thou shalt not be above only. Thou shalt not be beneath. Thou shalt not hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God. I'll command thee, I'll command this today to observe and to do them. This is the Lord that is giving promise to the children of Israel that I'll make you the head, not the tail. So it's one of the promises that God is that God has given us, that he's going to make us the head, but not the tail. And Proverbs 11, verse 25. A liberal soul shall be made fat, and watered shall be watered also himself. I don't know if there is another version. Don't you have another version that is not King James? Oh, it's only King James. Okay. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. I think this one is a well-known verse. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. Is there looking verse? So I want you to say, uh, process is the preparation. Process is the preparation. Why does God love process more than the promise? It seems as if that God, whenever he wants to do something big for you, he takes you through the process more than the process, more than the promise. He likes process more than the promise. Why does God love process? Because process shapes our destiny. Process is meant to shape your character. So, uh, for I know the thoughts that I have think towards you, say the Lord. Thoughts of peace, not of evil, to give you what an expected end. I'm still talking about the promises. These are the promises that the Lord our God has promised us. He has promised us so many promises that I can't go through them. There are a lot. There's a number of promises that God has given us. But if you check on every chapter that is got a promise, there's a command. If you check every promise, there is a command. You hear God saying, I shall give you all things only if you obey me. So there is a command. That means there is prosperity, there is everything, but there is a command that for you to attain all those things, there's certain things that you need to do for you to attain some certain things. It's a process. So that command, that's where the process is. That's where most people, they don't want. People, we love things from God, but we don't want the process that comes with the things of God. So today I've my key elements to 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 prosperity. This is a part of what you call it process. Why is it right now? I just want to prepare your mind as we are in the year of prosperity. What I want to prepare your minds that as we go towards the goal of being prosperous, there are certain things that we're going to encounter in the way. As we are going to the land of Canaan, we're going to encounter so many challenges. You being a Christian doesn't necessarily mean that, or you being prayerful doesn't mean that you don't encounter challenges. Challenges shall always be there. Challenge shall always be there in your business, in your marriage, in everything at work shall always be there. Because some people, they'll ask God that, God, you blessed me with this thing, but why is it am I facing challenge? You pray for a job today, that God, I want a job. When you go to the job, now you have a job, you're happy that you've got a job, but you still face challenges in the job. You ask yourself that, God, you bless me with the job, but why am I facing challenges? So we are forever fixing challenges. But God will give us the strength to overcome the challenges. So what prayer doesn't necessarily mean eliminate challenges. Challenge shall always be there, but what prayer does, it gives you the strength to overcome challenges. No wonder why God gave the children of Israel the land of milk and honey, but yet they were giants. The giants, they symbolize problems. That even though we are going to the land of Canaan, but we're still going to face problems. So today, so process is the most painful part of life. I've got my number one here point that is saying, one point is waiting without explanation. It's part of process. waiting without explanation. So I believe that every Christian that is here, you had a vision or you have a vision. Are there people that had businesses and then the business they didn't go well? There are so many people that had business, but the business didn't go well. He didn't make it. So I'm going to speak to the people that are going to open businesses, that are going to have multi-million-dollar businesses. This is the key that you need to know, that there are moments when you're going to wait without an explanation. Whatever you're doing, it feels like it's not going anywhere. It's stagnant. You're not even going further. There's nothing that is happening in your life. It's still, there are moments when you're going to feel that God has neglected you. Have you ever felt moments whereby you're praying for a marriage, but things are even getting worse? Things are even getting worse and worse and worse, but you're praying. So there are moments that you're going to feel that God has neglected you in the process. I think, men of God, sometimes you've felt it, that you're praying for the ministry to go further, but you feel like there are people that are also dragging back. The moment that you're praying for 1 million souls, now you're getting maybe 20 people. It's the process. It's painful. It's not easy. It's the process. But so many people, they've died in the process without making it to the end. Even the children of Israel, there are people that never made it to Canaan, even though they believed that they'll see Canaan. Even though in their heart they felt that we'll go to Canaan, but they never made it because maybe they lacked these key principles that I'm going to give you. So, number one step is waiting without explanation. Even God himself, even Jesus himself, there's a moment he felt neglected. If you read Matthew 27, verse 6, 27, verse 46. Do you have that one? I want to show you that the process is painful. It's painful, it's not easy. And our God is a God of process. Jesus himself, he had to be born, he had to be a child. The Bible says Jesus grew in stature and wisdom. Stature means he grew, like the body parts started also growing. He had the power to just come and appear. But because of process, he had to be also a child and grow like other kids and also be a teenager like other kids. That's process. This is Jesus now. He say, and about the 9th hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice saying, Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. That is to say, God, may God, why hast thou forsaken me? Imagine if God also felt that, if Jesus also felt that the Lord has forsaken him. So I feel like there are moments in life when you feel like God is not there. You're praying for a business, but things are even getting worse. So today I'm here to assure you that it's the process. You are still in the process to attain great things. Then I'm going to go to the second point. It's called losing what is familiar. Losing what is familiar. This is whereby now you are coming out of your comfort zone. You are coming out of your comfort zone so that you can work towards your vision. You can work towards your goal. One thing that I've noticed, and that if we don't change on this point, we're not going to make it. Some of us here, we have lost the vision. We are just living a life without a purpose. If I'm to ask you, all of you, the vision that you used to have when you're still at school, we've lost it. Now we are living a life that doesn't have structure. If you don't have a vision, you don't have direction. You don't know where you're going. You're just going. You understand? What is a vision? Vision is whereby you know what you want in life, that by this time I want to achieve this and that. By this time I need to have a business like this. I need to have like this. I need to live like this. I need to have a certain work. I need to be like this. But some of us here, we don't have vision. We're just living a life without a vision. So from today onwards, I want you to go dig deeper. The vision that you used to have. Some of you, maybe you're dreaming about having transport business. You're dreaming about having multi-million-dollar companies. But because of the current situation, you neglected your vision. because you looked at your current situation. You looked at yourself. You saw yourself in a one room. You told yourself that God, I will never make it. You looked at yourself. You saw that you're uneducated, and you told yourself that I will never make it. Then you lost your vision. You're discouraged by other people that you can't even speak proper English. How are you going to conduct board meetings? Then you neglected yourself. You neglected the vision. Now, if you live a life without a vision, that means your life doesn't have purpose. That means you're just like people that don't have a vision. They just wake up without a routine. They don't have a routine. They don't know. They don't have a. They don't know what to do. Vanongoti chamuka inyama pakanzi panoda basa rakati anongomhanya oendawo. Akungoraramira kufa. You're just living to die. You don't have a purpose. You don't have a vision. You don't know where you're going. So the reason I'm speaking about the vision, you follow, you understand. The reason I'm speaking about the vision is that in that vision, that's where the process is. When you have a vision now, when the process is painful, you hold on to the vision. You don't go back. Nothing will drag you back. As I'll give you good examples so that you can relate. One day I was asking the man of God that when you started this church, what was happening? He told me that, hey, when we started, we used to carry speakers. We used to carry speakers, put them in a car. We drive. We come back the next Sunday. We connect the instrument from the scratch. That was process. If he had given up that day, I wouldn't be here. That is process. When he started the church, maybe there were 2 people. Maybe it take time to grow for us to be here. But that was process. Process is painful. It wasn't easy for this church to be what it is today. It wasn't easy. It took courage. It took perseverance. So, whilst I'm still on that vision, one day I'm gonna be a bit of telling you my testimony as well. So I myself, I've got a vision. One of the good days, I want to own a big company that is a transporting company. I want to own trucks. I want to own buses. I want to own a fleet of cars. That's my desire. That's my vision. That's what I grew up thinking about or dreaming about, that one of the days. So when I was growing up, I grew up at a place called Dube in St. Mary's. A place whereby if you speak English, but not that. A place whereby when you try to be something else, people will discourage you. Whilst I was in that place, I used to practice my English because when you in the locations, people they say, or okay, speaking English is something that you're not supposed to be doing. You understand? Or it's an embarrassment, or there's this fear that hey, you understand? So we used to live in that constant fear that I shouldn't speak, I shouldn't say anything because so I decided to be different. I said, in this environment, I started learning. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I started learning, day by day learning. Whilst I have friends that doesn't want to learn, I started learning. The reason now why I was doing this, I'm preparing myself for greater things. I know that one day I'm going to sit in the board meetings. So I'm preparing, I'm having a process. I'm preparing myself that one day when I'm greater, I'm going to be speaking with people of high influence. I need to have eloquence. I need to know how things work. You understand? Because I'm preparing myself for greater things. That's process. So I had a friend, my best friend, and we're still friends. I want to speak about the vision. So in the process as I'm going. So I have my vision. He had his vision. So I was a waiter before, and then I lost the job. So I had a car. So when I lost the job, then and then I didn't have a plan. I didn't have a plan. I didn't know what to do because now the vision is to have fleet of cars. But here I have one car. I've got nothing. That's what I have. I'm still a waiter. But whilst I was a waiter, I told myself that I'm just passing. This is just a way. You understand? So this guy, he said to me, brah, he just came and said, brah, I've got a vision. Then I said, what it is? Then he's like, I think that I need to go to China. I need to go and buy things and then sell. We stay together, same house. And then it's like, sell your car. Then now, and because he had capital, he had 30,000. And then he said, sell your car. And then we combined the money together. And then I go to China. So it was his vision, right? Not mine. But I followed through his vision. Not it wasn't mine. Because one, I didn't have, ground rules that I have to follow my vision, not his vision. But I didn't know. I only noticed now that the reason I lost all that money was I followed his vision. So I'll tell you the story. Then the guy went to China. I sold my car. The guy went to China. And then he came back with clothes and a few clothes. Imagine we used about 50,000 to go to China. The flight ticket was 20,000. So 30,000 was left. And we didn't even money for rent. Rent was 5,000 at that time. So he left and came, we started selling. He retired his job. He quit his job. And then we started selling. So we had one car. His car was still there. Mine was sold. So we used to go to church, start selling those things that we came with from China. But to tell you the truth, the things were not that nice. I think the Mapero, he just bought things, you understand? And then things were not nice. But they were buying out of pity. These guys are just trying, let's just buy. You understand? And we didn't make profit. We made about 30,000. That 30,000 came back, and it's like, bruh, you see, we have 30,000 now, and we can't stop now. We have to go further. And I'm not trusting this vision. I'm like, how are we gonna make? How are we gonna survive? We have 30,000. He's like, let me go back again. He went back again. But this guy, he went to China without knowing anyone. No connections, no what, no. He just went to a place called Guangzhou. That's where people buy phones and all that. He went there. But when he was there, there's something that I'm proud of up to now. When he was there, he started making connections now. Making connections, making mistakes. Now, okay, next time I don't do this. Okay, he's learning as we go. Then he came back again. There we hit a loss. Nothing. We gave all our shoes to everyone because he came with formal shoes. So there's a rich guy in the church who bought about 20 shoes, 20 pairs of shoes. He bought for the pastors, he bought for the elders. Hey, we were like, hey, we've met it. Because we were selling those shoes 2,000 each. And we made about, so on the book we had 40,000. Like, but this time we tried. You understand? And that guy never gave us all the money. He left with the money. So it's one thing learned that now is you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You understand? And that was all the money that we had. And then, but all this that I'm telling, it's process. But one thing that I want you to see on this guy, he never gave up. He didn't say, tatonyura baba, waiting. And like, I'll tell you the truth. There are people that came and say, Afana, because in the right row, we end up eating salsa in Polon. Because that guy left with the money. You understand? End up eating salsa with Polon. There's nothing. We don't have money now. But we kept the faith. Kept the faith. And in the church, the guys that used to like us. Oh, there's this guy. He's a prominent businessman. He called us like, young guys. I'm happy that you're doing this. I love the fact that you're sailing and you're just true. And I love the fact that you have taken a step. I'm willing to help you. Write a business proposal. We don't even know how to write a business proposal. So it's another learning curve. Now we have learned how to write a business proposal. We sat down, we asked how to write a business proposal. We wrote a business proposal. We went to the guy. He said, present your business proposal. We told him that these are our profit margins. We might have hiccups here and there. These are our challenges and all that. He was happy. What are the returns? Okay, maybe in 1 year's time, we'll be having 200,000. It's a slow process, but we'll make the money. Then it's like, okay, I'm going to give you 50,000. And we're glad. But by that time, we were just, we didn't have that, And then that 50,000, we took about 2,000 and like, let's celebrate. We went out, we enjoyed ourselves. We went out like, at least let's celebrate the two. You understand? Because in our mind, what's happening in our mind? In our mind, we're more focused about the promise, not the process. We're more focused about making millions, but we are forgetting that there's a process that we have to go through. And then we charged 2,000 rands, we left with 48. The guy left. We were given a car to go to the airport. The guy left. And then when he left there, he came back. Avanyura Marie foot. It's now the third time now. Apatanyura Marie Mono manch. Someone's money. And the guy needs his money. He's from church, but he assured us that he wants his money back. Because 50,000, it's a lot of money. I'm talking about 2016. It's a lot of money. He wanted his money back. Now the guy is alone now. And now we are stressed. We don't know what to do. And now I'm stressed. And now, so what happened is that, now my opportunity came. Someone offered me money as well to say, I've noticed that you're struggling, but if I give you 5,000 years, what would you do with 5,000 years? I was like, yeah, this is my opportunity now. Then I said, I would buy a combi. It's like, okay, it's fine. Then he gave me 5,000 years. I went to the Messina. I bought my own takes. I was so happy, so glad. I was like, now I'm going to make it. But what I missed is that I've noticed that so many people, when they are about to venture into a business, they don't calculate the risk. They just do business blindly. Did I not pray? I did pray. I fasted that God is going to prosper me, that I'm going to make it, I'm going to make money. I saw myself being a millionaire. I saw myself being that guy that I wanted to be. The text is there now. But then I left that guy now. I left my friend with the debt, with the debt of 50,000. I left him. He understood. He was like, it's fine. If there's an opportunity, you can go. Because we had nothing. He's like, it's fine. You can go. I'll never let you. I'll never hold you. I'll see what I'll do. Then I asked, what are you gonna do with the 50,000? Because that guy wants his 50,000. He's like, bruh, I'm gonna go back to him. I'm going to ask him for the grace. Then he left. He went then he asked for the grace. Can I have a grace period? I believe that I'll get your money back. Oh, before I left, I believe that I'll get your money back. Then he's like, okay, it's fine. I'll give you grace. Then the guy sold his car. He left. He went to China again. Now, in the process, he's establishing what you call connections. Because one of the key factors that you need to know is that you will not make it if you don't have connections. You need destiny helpers to make it. So most of you think Jesus will come himself and say, here's the emotions. God will use people. You understand? You need connections. It's the part of process. Then he was taking orders, people connecting with people. It's doing well. Then he came back, and then I was still there. And then we noticed that there is a soccer player called Walter Msona. He was recently bought by a team. So we went to his Facebook page. We started showing things that we sell. That we sell this, we sell this, we sell Gucci because we used to sell Gucci things. We used to sell copy. When I say copy, something that is close to original, that you won't see the difference. If you put the original here and put that copy, you won't see the difference. The difference that is there is that this one is from Louis Vuitton, this one is from us. That's the difference. So we started texting him. He started blue ticking us. We text him every day. He started blue ticking us. So the reason why we were texting every day is that we wanted to open a new market now. We want to have new clients. You understand? We're tired of going to church, selling things to church people. You understand? And we noticed that our clientele, the people that we are selling these things to, they are not the target market. You understand? So it's also vital that when you want to establish a business, check your target market. Know that, okay, I want to sell sweets. Who can be the target market? Who's the target market? Who am I going to sell sweets to? And your pricing determines that. You understand? So, and then eventually he answered. He's like, okay, guys, where are you? Because he was tired. So what is required of you this year is to be patient. Be patient with your clients. Be patient with your business. You have that endurance. You have that perseverance that even if they critique me, I'll still sell things to them. You understand? And then the guy came and said, okay, guys, let's meet at this place, because he was scared to take us to his place because he didn't know us. He thought maybe we wanted to rob him. Right, we arrived there with our Gucci belt, with our Gucci bag, and Gucci cap. So he liked it. He's like, yo, I was looking for this belt. Then we charged him, we overpriced. He said, it's okay. I like it. I'll buy. And after that, because he didn't have friends, he started connecting with us like, guys, where are you? Come, I want to see you. But why am I telling you this? I want you to see that now the time the breakthrough came. The breakthrough came on the fourth time. So this guy, me and this guy, we've lost about 200,000 going to China, coming back, going to China, coming back 4 times. You understand? So where I'm going with my story is that young boy of knowledge in Sona, he plays soccer. He went wearing that Gucci belt, holding that Louis Vuitton suitcase, and then the soccer players asked, where did you get this? Then he said, I've been black. By that time, I was gone because I had left because I was now pursuing my dream now. I've left my guy now with his own business. I tell you that guy, he became so famous that we started interacting with big people, celebrities. He had orders everywhere because, some celebrities, they won't tell you the truth that they are buying these designer clothes from Turkey. They won't tell you. They'll unbox it and you guys will think that because he's a celebrity, he bought it, he bought a handbag for 35,000. It's a lie. Those bags were selling them 2.5, 5,000. But when they post on Facebook, it was 35,000. So he started, the connections. He started now having clients. He started having, like, lots of, he even paid the debt. He started making money. So why am I telling this? I'm telling this, if someone lost his money 4 times in the process, but he persevered, he kept on going. He never went back. So in this year of prosperity, it's gonna require you to have a perseverance spirit. That when you start something, even if it's small for 1 year, persevere. I've read Coca-Cola. I don't know the statistics. I heard that in 2 years they sold 2 bottles of Coke. So if it was me and you who would have said, and I've noticed the other key factor that chinoita kutadza kuita mari. Tinoti takabata ichi chakasaita tonsiya, then tombotry izvi toziva tomboti let's do zvokumarana, tombotengesa zvokumarana, takaona kuti hazvisi kubuda mari toti like tombotry izvi. So today I'm telling you that don't be jack of all trades. Be that person who's gonna be consistent in your dream, in your vision. Then I'm going to the third part of the process: rejection by people you trust. As we are going to prosper, tichatonyudzwa nehama dzedu, not vekure. The people that we know, they are going to betray us. They are going to reject you because you are following your dream. But being rejected, I don't want you to be angry to people that are going to reject you. I want to assure you that it's part of the process. There are people that are going to discuss about you. Business vanobuda. Are they going to make it? But I want you to know that it's part of the process. This thing, they mustn't derail you from the vision. It's part of the process. Every man that has made it in life, he will tell you that even my friends rejected me for this cause. Even my family, there's a moment, I've noticed that sometimes when you want to start a business, you want to start something, your wife can even discourage you. They can even say to you, are we going to make it? You see? Are we going to make it? So, some, they were even divorced because of the vision. There's a man of God that I know that he has been divorced. He was divorced by the wife only because of the vision. The fifth one, humbling situations. So, as we are in the process, there are moments when the business or the circumstances, they're going to humble you. There are moments when things, they're going to it's gonna look like you are making it, and then you go back to zero again. But most people, what they fail to know or to understand is that when they go to that process now of going up and then they go down again, they become so humbled, become so shy that vanhu vanozoti chii kunyara kuti ndanda bhizinesi rangu rangu rakutofamba, I have established this and this, now tanyura vanhu vachati chii. Today I'm telling you that don't be discouraged by the humbling moments. There are moments whereby maybe you are even renting a big warehouse, but now things are going left, right, center. You are no longer making the money that you used to make. Humble yourself and go look for a smaller place. So now I'm here to assure that it's normal that when through the process, there are moments when you be humbled. You understand? And then this one is very important. Doing the right things with no one rewarding you. Doing the right things with no one rewarding you. Being faithful without applause is painful. Genesis 40 verse 23. It's very painful that you do things when no one remembers you. You're doing things, you're doing the right thing, but no one acknowledges you. You're doing the right thing, no one notices you. It also happened to church, to so many churches or to any ministry, that there are people that will do things for God that no human beings or no other people now to recognize them. And you get discouraged that one or two, three things, and then you stop doing the good things. I remember when I was the church that I used to go before, there was a single lady. We used to clean toilets every day. We would wake up at 7 a.m., clean toilets. Imagine, I want you to see the humility part of it. He wakes up, she used to wake up maybe at 7. There was no one there at church at that time. She would clean the toilets, make sure that the toilets are clean, and she goes back. I want you to see that no one would notice her that she cleaned the toilets. And then she would go back, she would go home. When people would come and mess the toilets, and after church, when people would leave, she would clean the toilets again. I want you to see that she's doing it not that people to see her or people to give her praise. She's doing it for God. You understand? Imagine cleaning toilets without anyone noticing. No, even at church, no one is saying in front of church, guys, let's clap your hands for my Ningi. She's been cleaning toilets for years now. Nothing. But she remained faithful to God up until one man married her. She remained faithful. So in this process, time in the year of prosperity, I want you to do things even though people are not noticing you. Keep on doing things. Keep on doing good things without people noticing. It's very vital in the process. So here I was just giving you the painful part of process. Now I'm going to the, I'm still there. Yo. So then in the process, there's what we call temptation to compromise. Temptation to compromise. This is whereby you have structures of your business. Or maybe, Baba, it has happened to you that you're starting a church, but God have given you a vision that I want you to move like this. But what the devil does, it's going to happen to you, all of you. What the devil does, maybe we are like, we are in this situation that we are in because we compromise. So when I say temptation of compromise, this is taking shortcuts. Because most of us, we are scared of process, so we do shortcuts to make it. Those are the moments when someone tells you that, Ama, you've started a business, but this business, see, it's been a year. You've been struggling, your business is not yielding results. I've heard about a prophet, I've heard about a sangoma, whom we can use so that your business can grow. So no wonder why you see most people, they go kunganga, they go to prophets. Inyaya yokuthi the process is painful and they can't sustain the process. They can't remain in the process. So they end up going to kunganga to speed up what? The process. But our God, I want you to listen to this statement. Our God is not moved by emotions. He's a God of principles. So the principles that he has put on this earth, no matter how much you try, there's no shortcut to those principles. Everyone has to go through these principles. Everyone is going to see this. If you're going to make it this year, you're going to go through these processes. So I was talking about temptation to compromise. I was saying maybe one man of God, there's a moment when maybe someone gave you an offer that we can join our churches and then we can be a big ministry. Maybe. I'm just saying. It has happened to other men of God that they were given money, that I'll give you 1 million buses and you can be under me. But they refused. Because one, what makes you refuse is the vision and the determination that you have. So if you have the vision now, you are grounded. You are not shaken by this temptation that comes. I want you to look at Joseph. If you go to Genesis 39 verse 7, there's a moment when Joseph was tempted. He decompromised to sleep with Potiphar's wife. Joseph wouldn't be where he wouldn't be the person that he became. Because one, the carnal mind will tell you that if I sleep with Potiphar's wife, then I'll get favors. It will quicken the process. She'll get favors for me so that I can go further. But Joseph, he obeyed God, and then he refused to compromise. Then I'll go to another point, enduring without quitting. There's a moment when things are going to be hard, but you need to endure without quitting. My business, go and again start your business again. And because this year, it's not a year of just saying prosperity without acting. So what happens is that in the spiritual realm, the man of God will prophesy blessings to us, that it's a year of prosperity. Then we all shout, I receive, or we receive. But what happens with the prophets? I want to give you this example. Is that when Abraham was told that you're going to be father of many nations, it was a promise that you're going to have a child. But in the spiritual realm, it was that the blessing was released. But Abraham now, he doesn't have to relax now and say the blessing is released. He has to go and sleep with the wife so that the manifestation of the prophetic to manifest. Are you getting what I'm saying? That if it's a year of prosperity, the man of God saying it's a year of prosperity, he has declared that it's a year of prosperity. In the spiritual realm, it is already manifested that it's a year of prosperity. But the year will pass and another year will pass and another year will pass if we don't act upon the word. So it's not a year of prosperity for you to sit home and relax and not sell anything and not do businesses and not involve yourself in businesses. Okay, now the last point is perseverance through failure. So what happens is that, as I mentioned before, we're going to fail so many times. But I'm not expecting that we're going to fail. But it's when it happens or when you fail, I'm not expecting that you fail. You're not going to fail. But when it happens, I want you to persevere in those failures. So how do you persevere in those failures? When I had that business for a condo, the thing that I noticed, pandakanyura mari vanhu, up until now I haven't sent it back. The things that I have noticed that I went to do what you call self-introspection, or I went to reflect on mistakes that I did. You understand? So perseverance through failure One that you have to do is to go and check your mistakes. Okay, what did I do wrong? So the first mistake that I did was to get into a business without knowledge about it. I was just told that I'm a kumbano fire, $100 per day. Imagine. So in my mind, I'm already in the promised land. I'm calculating $100 times 700. And then 6 months of having another taxi. And I see, I'm having my plans. But I wasn't told about the challenges that I'm going to face going to the promised land. No one told me. But I just went in that business blindly without knowing. So, but after that now, I started reflecting that, okay, I should have done this. Okay, I should have done this. So this is a constant reminder that as we're going to do our businesses, we need, when we make mistakes, don't blame people, because we often blame people. Go and do self introspection. Check yourself. What mistakes did I do? Some of you don't even know how to speak. Like to speak with clients, you don't even know. You are rude. You are short tempered. You get irritated very quickly. As you know that I do Uber, right? So as I do Uber, I myself have got so much clients, private clients, that I don't have to wait for. I don't have to wait for Uber only. I get calls from different people. They're like, okay, I want to use you. I want you to take me to Nyasha. I want you to take me to Dube. I want you to take me different clients. There is the one thing that I've mastered, the art that I've mastered. It's how I speak with people. I don't get irritated by questions. I don't get irritated by mood swings. Someone can get in your car and be moody and not even talking to, or not even talk to you. I can even greet and then they don't respond. But what I've noticed that I keep on doing my job without thinking that, okay, this person is moody, she's moody, so I'm just gonna be also be moody, because what I'm protecting is the brand, my name. That's what I'm protecting. You understand? I don't want to mess up my business because of one person. You understand? So what I've established, that I make sure that everyone that I give a ride is his or she's satisfied. And I don't care that she's angry at me. I'll still do my job with with that happiness, being proud. So it's another key factor that as we're going to establish businesses or anything, you need to mind your language. You need to be patient with people. Don't be too rude to people. Have that patience to explain. Have that, suppress your emotions. Okay. And then um, now these are now I'm going to give you, I think two. I'm about to close. I'm now giving you the maybe 2 or 3 points uh, uh, that is important for process. The requirements of process. You need to have faith and trust in God. That's Proverbs 3, verse 6 to 5. Proverbs 5, Proverbs 3, 5 to 6. So as we approach this year, we need to we need to trust God and be faithful. So when I say trust God, is that trusting God, it speed up the process. I want you to see that the children of Israel, when they were going to Canaan, there are moments when they didn't trust God, even though God had delivered them from Pharaoh. But there are moments also when they doubted God. So I want you to trust God with your vision. I want you to trust God with your vision, that God will be with me. Even things are going to be tough, but God is going to be with me so that I can prosper. There's the scripture that trust in the Lord with all thine heart and lean to not to thine own understanding. So we need to trust God. Let's trust God with this our business, that God is going to bless our businesses. And then wisdom and learning. Proverbs 4, verse, I'm just rushing. Proverbs 4, verse 7. Proverbs 4, verse 7. Wisdom and learning. So I want you to be wise this year. When I say wise, I don't want you to pass opportunities over and over repeatedly. The word poor means passing opportunities over repeatedly. Passing opportunities over repeatedly. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. So I don't want you to pass opportunities. When you see an opportunities, you have the wisdom. Pray that God will give you the wisdom to see opportunities. So what happens in life is that we pay our tithe, we pray that God open doors, but we also need the grace to know when the opportunity reveals itself. So this year we're going to pray for wisdom and learning. Also, this year you need to learn. Don't be that person who doesn't read at home. Take books, read books, learn. Go. Don't spend your time watching series, watching other things that don't add value to your life. Go watch documentaries of people that have made it and listen, learn, have that spirit. Also, when you meet a person, learn one or two, three things from a person. Learn one or two, three things from a person. When I met Baba Kwaru, there are certain things that I learned. When I met my pastor, there's a lot that I'm learning. So I want you this year to learn from other people, how they run their business, how they conduct themselves. Don't focus on the negative. Focus on the positive. But I want you to focus on things that will add value to your life. Let's add value to our lives this year. It's since the day of prosperity. Those who need to go to school or need to do maybe courses, go and do those courses and start reviving your what you call it, your vision. I'm about to finish. So I'll close with this one. Character and integrity. Proverbs 11 verse 18. You need to have character this year. Your character must be good. You need to have the character to obey God, because disobedience, it delays the process. So we need to have character. We need to have integrity. You need to, when I say character, obedience is not shown at church. Obedience is not something that you show here when you are here at church, because everyone, when you're here, we are saints. We are angels when you're here. Obedience is being faithful to God when no one is watching you. It's suppressing feelings that you feel to do, but you suppress them without anyone noticing. I'll give you an example. Maybe I'm a man. I see a beautiful lady, but my heart tells me that, hey, you need to say one or two, three things. I need to suppress that feeling without anyone knowing. Maybe I'm I don't know, not late. Okay, anyway. I feel like gossiping. Maybe I'm a gossiper. That's my weakness. I enjoy gossiping. I love stories. I need to suppress the feeling that, no, man, this year I'm not going to do this. It's part of the process that speed up the process to our promised land. So I want us to stand up and pray that God will give us the grace this year to understand his systems, to understand his promises, that it's not the promises only, it's the process. I want us to pray that God may give us the grace to have the strength to overcome the process. Isaiah 43 verse 2, it says, even in water and fire, I'll be with you. There are moments when you feel like, hey, things are going to be tough, but we want to pray for the strength so that we can make it. We're going to pray, we're going to prosper, because man answereth all things. We need the money. We need to be prosperous. So let's stand up and pray that God will give us the grace.